Subscribe. Korea's darkness has no end. There is a hiking trail outside the city that everyone knows. And one rule that nobody talks about: do not stay past dark. Ji-yeon and I did not listen. We had been hiking since noon. The trail was easy at first. Familiar, the kind of path you walk without thinking. But somewhere around the third hour, the markers stopped. The trees closed in, and the light went wrong in the way light goes wrong when the sun has already decided to leave without you. Ji-yeon said we should turn back. I agreed. We turned, but the path we had come from was not there anymore. We walked for another hour, then two. The forest did not change. Same trees, same rocks, same darkness thickening around us. Ji-yeon kept checking her phone. No signal. I kept checking mine. Nothing. We stopped talking after a while. There was nothing useful left to say. That was when I felt it. Something behind us. Not a sound exactly, more like a pressure. The feeling of something very large paying very close attention. I told Ji-yeon not to turn around. I do not know why I said that. She listened. We walked faster, then faster. The pressure behind us grew. I could not describe it then and I cannot describe it now except to say that whatever was back there had been waiting for a very long time and had stopped being patient. We ran. Through the trees I saw the road. Concrete. A guardrail. The city lights somewhere far below. I ran harder. My lungs were burning. Then my ankle gave out. I hit the ground hard. Ji-yeon was ahead of me. Still running. I screamed her name. She looked back once. Just once. And then she kept going. I watched her reach the road. A bus came around the bend. Moving slowly. Far too slowly for a bus on an empty mountain road at night. It rolled to a stop directly in front of Ji-yeon. The doors opened. I screamed at her to wait. To come back. My voice disappeared into the trees. Ji-yeon looked at me one last time through the darkness. Then she got on the bus. The doors closed. The bus pulled away. I pressed myself up on my hands and watched the tail lights disappear around the corner. Then my phone found signal. I called for help. They came within the hour. They carried me down the mountain and took me to a hospital and asked me the same questions many times. I told them everything. The trail, the darkness, the bus. They searched for Ji-yeon for 3 days. Dogs, drones, volunteers. They found nothing. No record of any bus on that road that night. No driver, no passengers, nothing. It was only later, when I was giving my statement for the 4th time, that the officer asked me which bus Ji-yeon had taken. I told him I didn't know the number clearly. I had been too far away, too frightened to read it properly. He pulled out a route map and spread it on the table. I traced the road with my finger. I found the stop. I found the route. The number should have been 49. But on the map, the routes went 1 through 48 and then jumped to 50. Route 49 did not exist, had never existed. No record, no history, nothing. I spent the next year trying to explain it. Wrong bus number, misremembered. Shock does strange things to the mind. I told myself every version of that story. Some days I almost believed one of them. Ji-yeon's mother called me every few months. I always answered. There was nothing I could tell her that would help. I told her that anyway. 3 years passed. Then 4. The mountain trail was closed. Ji-yeon's case went cold. I moved to a different part of the city and tried to become someone who had not been on that mountain. 5 years after that night I was standing at a bus stop at 11 in the evening waiting for the 50. It was raining. I had my hood up. I was not thinking about anything in particular. The bus came around the corner slower than it should have. Something made me look up before it reached the stop. Something made me read the number on the front panel before I had any reason to. 49. I could not move. The bus slowed. The doors opened. The rain fell. The passengers inside were still and forward-facing the way passengers always are. I looked at each of them through the wet glass without moving from the pavement. And then I saw her. 3rd row from the front. Window seat. Exactly where she would have sat. Ji-yeon. She was looking directly at me. She raised her hand and waved, slowly, the way you wave at someone you have been waiting a long time to see. She was smiling. It was her smile, the exact one I remembered, and her face was the face I remembered, except the color was wrong. Too white, not pale, white, the way something is white when all the warmth has been gone from it for a very long time. The doors stayed open for exactly 3 seconds. Then they closed. The bus pulled away. I stood in the rain and watched the tail lights disappear around the corner. I stood there for a long time after that. I have checked every bus route in this city since that night. Every timetable, every schedule, every number. Route 49 does not exist. I still go to that bus stop sometimes. I cannot explain why. I tell myself it is because I pass by on my way home. That is not the real reason. I check the number every time a bus comes. I always check. So far it has always been the right one. So far. Last week I got a call from an unknown number. I answered. There was no voice. Only the sound of something moving. A low rhythmic sound. Like wheels on wet pavement. I hung up. The call log showed the number. I did not recognize it. I searched it. It was the customer service line for the City Bus Authority. I have not taken the bus since. I walk now, even in the rain, even when it is very late, especially when it is very late. Last night I was walking home along the river road at midnight when I heard it behind me. Slow, steady, the sound of something large moving carefully through the dark. I did not turn around.